What do we have for Sag? Seven of Wands, Leo energy at the foundation of the reading, Sag. Sag, I'm getting a lot of disruptions inside your energy at the moment. It's definitely some sort of opposing force. I feel that there's a lot of projection taking place right now, and I feel that this is happening because you are about to have another kind of spiritual revolution take place in your life in the months ahead. And right now you are feeling this sort of ramping up kind of energy. One of the messages I got before the reading, and I wrote this one down, is that you are caught between the bowstring and the stars. But what are you actually aiming for? Truth, freedom, or the unknown? And I feel that this is really connecting with the Seven of Wands, Sag, because even though there's some sort of opposing force that is creating energetic disruptions, the universe is really calling for you to anchor your dreams, set your target. And I just heard the journey will not wait. Now, you are the sign that represents exploration, journeying. So it's interesting that we're having that message come through, but it is beginning to crystallize for me what's taking place here. It's like there's an energy that is trying to keep you in opposition with yourself. So let's say your higher self, your north node, I just heard your north star, is calling for you to charge forward in a particular direction. But maybe there's energies around you. Maybe there's some sort of internal struggles that you're dealing with as well that is trying to create resistance and stop you from making any sort of forward momentum. There's an energy that feels threatened about the direction you're heading. And rather than just leave you be, it seems as though this energy must stop you at all costs. Now, the Seven of Wands is an energy that wants you to give up. It wants you to give up on yourself and your plans. I just heard it's an energy that wants to completely consume you. Now, I feel that the other message that is coming through for you, Sag, is that you need to make some changes surrounding your approach or how you are doing something. I feel you have maybe been stuck in some sort of pattern or some sort of way of doing something that needs to be readdressed. Something needs to be improved upon. It's like you've become too comfortable in the way you're doing something. You are a mutable sign, so you're okay with change, but there seems to be something here. Maybe you're having difficulties letting go of this thing. And I'm hearing that sometimes the only way that the universe can get us to change is to make us feel like we're going to lose something. And me being a Scorpio, I know exactly how this one goes because that's really a message that could always resonate with Scorpios. Maybe some of you have Scorpio in your chart, or maybe you're just being heavily influenced by that energy at this time. See, Scorpio is a fixed energy. It does not like change. So a lot of the time, the universe will arrange things to make it seem like unless Scorpio changes, they'll actually begin to lose things. Okay, so I'm getting a little bit of that sort of energy here. I'd recommend you all having a look at your birth charts and see where that Scorpio influence is for you. See which house Scorpio is in for you. And then right on the bottom of the deck, I have the Eight of Wands. Okay, so 7 to the 8. And Sag, this is your energy here. Queen of Wands, that's also your energy. And the Star card. Okay, so it's like there's massive movement on the other side of whatever this is here I'm picking up on. It feels quite stubborn. It could be environmental, but I feel for a lot of you, it's going to be some sort of internal conflict or some sort of mindset. What do we have at the sacral, please? Perfect. High Priestess, Pisces energy at the sacral. So really a perfect card to follow what I'm saying here because this is all for your highest good. And it's going to serve you to really trust your intuition at this time. You're getting a lot of downloads, a lot of ideas, a lot of guidance. Some of you may just be kind of sitting on this. There are astrological influences right now that are causing this, though. People are having a difficult time because of the massive change that a lot of you are being guided to bring into your life. There's a very clear message with these two cards on the table. We have Seven of Wands, which is, let's say, a kind of opposing energy, right? It's like you're going in a certain direction. High Priestess, divinely led, but then there's this opposing force that is trying to stop you, whatever that represents. And I'm also hearing the Seven of Wands, again, it doesn't have to be just people. It can very much be behavioral patterns, mindsets, just a certain way that you have always done things. And the divine is calling for you to break outside of your comfort zone here, which again, you shouldn't have any problem doing, Sag, but there's something here that, well, it's not your energy. That's the simplest way I can put this. It's like something is trying to hold on to you. Something is trying to influence your moves. This high priestess at the sacral, it's very much giving me a between worlds kind of energy. You're starting to realize that on one hand, there's everything you've always known, and on the other hand, there's everything that you have yet to become. And these two things cannot coexist. How could they? Everything you have yet to become would happily coexist with everything you once were. But everything you once were, of course, does not want to coexist with everything you're going to become, because it makes everything you once were a memory of the past. This is one of these times in your life, Sag, where you're really being called to leave it all behind. You're being asked to really trust the guidance you are receiving at this current time, because it's leading you towards the rest of your life. What do we have at the solar plexus? 7 of Cups, Scorpio energy at the solar plexus. 7 of Wands, High Priestess, 7 of Cups, Scorpio energy. Unbelievable. So we just spoke this card into existence because that stubborn kind of Scorpio energy is best represented with the 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups, in this case, is representing an energy of daydreaming. It's a kind of energy of fantasy or escapism, picking up on a lot of self-delusion and procrastination here. I just heard smoke and mirrors, which is another way of looking at the 7 of Cups. There's a focus on all of these other things, right? But little to no focus on the path ahead and what's truly important. There's a lot of distraction here. And I feel that this is being caused by this opposing energy. For some of you, it is a mindset. It's like something shows up. Finally, you've been manifesting this thing and here it is. But there's a reluctancy. I don't know. Maybe I don't want that now, you know? Something like that. And I picked this up in one of the other zodiac signs recently as well. I think it was in either Capricorn, Leo, or Libra. But I was mentioning that it very much represents something that you have been praying for, asking for, finally arriving, and then you turning it away or deciding that you just don't want it anymore, which is telling me that something here is not showing up in the capacity that you were expecting it to. But I mentioned this in the other reading where this same message came through, that we make plans and God laughs, right? Your manifestations are very rarely going to show up with every minute detail in accordance with your actual manifestation. A lot of the times, we're wondering if it's our manifestation at all. But these are the kinds of things that always turn out much better than you could have ever wished or hoped for, Sag. It just takes some faith. And this is similar to what I'm getting here now. You are very much, well, it feels like a crossroads kind of energy. And Sag, what I'm getting here is that you are on the edge of a huge adventure and you don't even know it. It's like the horizon is curving like a promise, but yet you hesitate. You are very much the wanderer of the zodiac, but you're fearing the unknown. Why? That's not you. I feel that finally the stars are beginning to align for you, Sag, to help push you forward. But you're feeling this tug back. It's like you're trying to rethink all the steps that you've left behind. There's this fear. What if it's not out there? And then I just heard, what if the adventure isn't out there, but deep within your soul? Let's switch decks. What do we have at the heart position, please? Knight of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag energy at the heart. Perfect. Because this energy of the Knight of Wands would be the energy that you need to access to break through this sort of barrier of hesitation, this barrier, well, there's a bit of fear here. There seems to be a tug of war here between passion and peace. My mind's eye, I'm seeing you standing there with this arrow inside your bow, and it's like your bowstring is really taut. You're just kind of standing there. It's like you need to break the tension by releasing yourself to the potential of something here, Sag. I feel that you would benefit from focusing on new ways of doing things right now, Sag. Like I said earlier on in the reading, changing up an approach. There's a lot of second guessing in this energy as well. And this is directly connected to someone sending some sort of nasty energy your way. Now, all I can tell you is, Sag, that the best way to free yourself from some sort of energetic attacks is to charge forward and go directly toward whatever they are trying to keep you from. That is how you reject and send back any sort of energetic manipulations or attacks. It can't stick to you, so it has to go back somewhere. Now, you're all going to be dealing with different situations, but what I can say that I feel will resonate with every single one of you that are listening to this is that if you are feeling a lot of restriction, if you are experiencing a lot of delays regarding a direction that you are trying to move on your path, and it almost seems weird or, well, otherworldly, right? Just weird occurrences happening, then this is all a sign that you must harness every bit of strength, confidence, and courage in every fiber of your being to break through that energetic storm of resistance. You are the one that says whether it does and doesn't exist. You give it life. And then right on the bottom of the deck, I have the Nine of Wands. So Sag, that's your energy there again. Okay, now there's literally not a better card that could have followed what I just said, because here you are putting up a perimeter with this energy, right? Nine of Wands is all about creating boundaries, perimeters with something, not allowing it into your space to affect your forward momentum. What do we have at the throat, please? Page of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy at the throat. Now, this Page of Swords is really confirming a lot of what we've already been picking up here, because I'm getting something here around word witchery, okay, which is just another form of black magic and spell work. Simply put, I'm picking up on a lot of gossip and slander. I'm hearing a lot of chattering going on. People quite possibly saying things behind your back about the path that you are taking in your life, Sag. There's a lot of people that are offended, is what I'm hearing, by the direction you are moving. I feel that you have finally broken free of, I just heard a collective of people, but then I heard a community of people. Take it as it fits, but it's as if a lot of these people, well, they're the kinds of individuals that always talk about what they're going to do, but never actually do anything, right? There's also individuals here that are very much stuck in the past. And for some of you Sages out there, I feel that you just got sick and tired of being surrounded by these sorts of individuals. I'm also hearing something about you beginning to see time just passing you by without taking action in this direction, and you couldn't allow yourself to do that any longer. Simply put, Sag, I feel that in order for you to take this path, you realize that a lot needed to change in your life, and a lot of it had to do with the community you're in. Could be family, could be friends dynamics. For a lot of you, it's going to be a combination of both. But there seems to be this blanketed message of people holding you back or just influencing you. It's like they expect something from you. They have an idea of what you will and won't be. Now, this may be something that's unspoken, but you just feel it because you feel their disdain for the choices that you are beginning to make on your path. But you know that your path is in alignment with your true north. And 100% of the time, Sag, I can tell you that when you start to have this realization and you have this awakening around your path and aligning with your true north, nobody is going to support that. Now, there may be some cases out there of people that do support. And all I can tell you is if there are individuals in your life that do support the choices you're making, then you're very lucky, okay? Because most people do not get any support when they're aligning with their true north. It's probably like 1 in a billion. And to be completely honest with you, it's probably even more. You are taking the road least traveled. No one has been where you're going. No one can advise you on this, and no one would even know how to support you. So you need to get used to being your own support system. From here on out, Sag, you get your validation from source, from the divine, from God. No human can give this to you any longer. Not when it comes to this. Your path is otherworldly. People wouldn't be able to understand it even if they tried. The human mind couldn't even begin to calculate what it is that the divine has aligned for you. Most, if not all of you, don't even understand it yourself. All you know is that you need to go toward something. You need to go in a specific direction. And I can confirm, Sag, that when it does come to these sorts of missions in your life, the game plan is not something that we have full access to. We just get little pieces of it with every step we take toward it. Because knowing the entire scope of what you were dealing with here would probably stop you dead in your tracks. You'd become frozen in time. You wouldn't even be able to comprehend the magnitude of what the divine is aligning for you in your life. Your path is set up in such a way to trigger collective domino effects, energetically speaking. Your purpose is to be that of a vessel, a divine instrument. You have given yourself to Source to be used in this capacity wherever and whenever they need you. With this comes great responsibility, but it also brings with it tremendous blessings far beyond what your mind can even begin to conceive. You have a spiritual support team around you at all times when you accept this mission, helping organize all areas of your life, helping guide you through the difficulties you may face down here in this third density. Because although your path is that of a chosen individual, it does not mean that you will not face tremendous struggle and have to overcome massive obstacles in your life. Oh, quite the opposite. You are going to be continually tested because it's all a part of your awakening journey. Simply put, it's as if the underworld gets a memo about you. They know where you're going. Because we're down here in this third density, they can have access to certain events in your life. They can create difficulties for you. But as long as you always have faith, it will be nothing that you won't be able to overcome. All of these things are going to be used to turn you into a fearless warrior for the divine. With every obstacle, with every struggle, you will become stronger, more chiseled and refined, completely unstoppable, encoded in a thick divine armor that, yes, may get a little ding here and there from weapons that are formed against you, but they will never prosper. Let's switch decks. What do we have at the third eye, please? Eight of Swords, Gemini energy at the third eye. Sag, you need to understand that any restriction that comes onto your path, anything that you give the power to break you, is what I just heard very clearly, is 100% self-imposed. And what this means is that the enemy, the opposing force, is going to continually try to get inside your mind. See, the devil can't touch you, but the devil can try and get in your head and get you to self-sabotage. See, that's how this happens. When you succumb to the enemy's tactics against you, when you fold or when you cave, when you give up your faith, which must be on the forefront of everything you do, at all times, especially now. Spiritually speaking, the entire collective is in a gruesome war right now. We all feel it. It makes it even more difficult to deal with because we can't see it, but we know it. But once again, Sag, you must remember that no matter what obstacle may come onto your path, it will always bring with it a way out as long as you hold on to your faith. Though the divine may not be able to be there and stop every enemy from standing before you, they will always be there to help you defeat any enemy that comes before you. Your mind is like a weapon, and the devil will try and turn that weapon directly on you. So be mindful about where you let your mind go, because it can literally be the difference between winning and losing the battle. As long as you have your mind, you will always win. What do we have at the crown, please? Too many cards. Six of Wands. What do we have at the crown, please? Wow. Unbelievable. And there it is. I feel like we've spoken this card into existence. Eight of Wands. There you are. Steadying your aim. Caught between the bowstring and the stars. Eight of Swords to Eight of Wands. You have just broken through all this restriction that the enemy has formed against you. I feel like I just helped talk you through a massive breakthrough in your life, Sag. Could be for a lot of you that you hear this message and it turns some gears, let's just say. Because up until this Eight of Wands came out, I felt just how deeply embroiled you were in this spiritual war. It almost seemed as though it may have been getting the best of you. But then it's like you just gathered all of this strength and power from within, and you just rose up like a giant and broke through a barrier of this sort of dark restrictive energy. My mind's eye, I'm seeing that image, right, of the giant, and he's laying on the ground and all those little people are trying to tie him down. And then he just wakes up and he's ripping through all the ropes and all the tiny little people are just flying off him. That's how they're showing me you right now, Sag. It's like you have this giant inside of you. It's like all it takes for this opposing force to retreat is for you to merely turn around and say, boo. I feel that you are a download away. Again, it could be this reading here, but I feel for a lot of you, it's going to be a combination of things. It could be that this reading leads you to a download, maybe even to a dream. Something comes through, things begin to crystallize, things begin to take shape, and then the movement unfolds. Some of you may be feeling a bit burned out right now, but tired. This is collective wide, and the reason for this is because it is the calm before the transformation is what I just heard. What do we have at the foundation, please? Knight of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy at the foundation. What an energy. So this Knight of Swords here is an energy of deliberate cruelty. It's an energy that is essentially trying to create some sort of energetic disruptions in your life. And then, of course, we have the Seven of Wands, which is this energy that is trying to get you to give up. And this is coming out at the foundation, the stability of the reading. This could certainly speak about those areas of your life, things needing to be changed, things needing to be shaken up, or maybe you're shaking up things, which is what is causing this energetic disruption from this opposing force. Maybe there's something that they need from you. Maybe there's something that they want from you. Maybe you provide something, and without you there, however that shows up for you, it creates some uncertainty for this energy. Or it could simply be that they just need your energy, like a tick needs blood, like they feed off of you. Your energy nourishes them, Sag. This is what I'm getting here. Person doesn't have any regard for your happiness. All they care about is themselves. I just heard this is a tactless fool who's drowning in their own ego. I'm also hearing that this person's life is spiraling out of control. And unless you want to go down with them, you need to push forward and remove yourself from this lost cause. Wow. And situation. Yeah, there's this heightened emotional tension I feel in some connections in your life right now, Sag. This is going to introduce some sort of unexpected dynamics or changes, but it's for the best, okay? It just doesn't feel very comfortable is really what it comes down to. What do we have, the sacral? Five of Cups, Scorpio energy at the sacral. Now, whenever I get this card, it's like one of my narcissists of this tarot deck, right? There he is. He's floating around on his narcissistic cords of attachment, those snakes, right? He throws one at you and sucks back all your high vibrational energy like a parasite, right? Like a tick drinking blood, right? Very vampiric energy. They need a source, right? It's like without it, they just begin to age out. Hair's getting a little wispy, right? Looking a little bit gaunt in the face. And this is one of these energies that even after everything they have done to you, they'll try and play on your emotions, right? How could you just leave me? How could you just abandon me, Sag? It's like when you see in those movies where there's like this big demon, right? And somebody's fighting the demon. And then right as this person's getting the best of the demon, is about to destroy the demon turns into like one of their loved ones, you know, like their mother or something. This is what I'm getting here. It's like this slithering beast is just trying to do whatever it can to get in your head and stop you from making the moves you're making. What do we have at the solar plexus? Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, there it is. So very self-centered energy. It's just all about them. They could care less about what makes you happy. I'm also hearing that this is the kind of person that would throw you under the bus for a paycheck, okay? So take that as it fits, but it just really reinforces that you're dealing with some backstabbing kind of energies here. It's like here they are creating illusions in your life, right? Which, might I add, are what's causing this opposition between you and your higher self. I just heard for some of you, it's like this person's trying to play God in your life. It's like what they're telling you is in direct opposition with the higher guidance that you're receiving. So, an example, it's like the divine guiding you to do something, right? Go somewhere. And then this energy is like, nah, don't do that. That's ridiculous. What are you thinking? But it's all because you are energetic supply. I mean, you're literally like feed to this energy. Sag, some of you might already think this way, but there does come a point when you start to understand how energy really works that you look at most situations in your life as either nourishing you or you nourishing it, right? Now, what we want to be in is equal energetic exchanges where we feed each other, right? We lift each other up. But this is not what I'm getting here. This is a one-sided energetic violation, so to speak. And these sorts of people, well, I mean, what they are, they're narcissists, right? Narcissists are like the vampires of the world, the demons of the world. They feed on other people's energy. It makes them feel good to see other people down, to see that they can drain people of their light. They don't have any remorse. They don't have any empathy. Where some people may feel bad for hurting another or have a sense of remorse or regret, it's quite the opposite for these kinds of people. They like it. They get off on it. It makes them feel powerful. They like knowing that tactics that they used against you could have such a massive impact on you as to keep you off of your intended path. So here you are with a mission from the divine, with a mission from God. And then here they come along forming weapons to get you off of that path. They think that if they have the power to do that, then they are above God or a God in your life. Once you start to understand how these people think, you'll begin to look at your energetic exchanges much differently. What do we have at the heart, please? Knight of Cups, wastrels and vagabonds. And this literally just follows what I said, right? It's like these people, they're good for nothings. They're just a complete waste of space. And vagabond, right? It's like they just jump from one person to the next. I just heard body hoppers. Oh, I don't know where that came from. But this is also highlighting again about them using some sort of emotional exchanges with you to get you where they want you. You need to start putting your foot down here, Sag. Don't allow them the time and space to quite possibly ensnare you in their trickery again. It's time to overcome this and move forward, however that shows up for you. What do we have at the throat, please? Ah, perfect. And this is what it's all about, Sag. Ace of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, Cahathel, the adored God. Divine blessings drives away evil spirits, rules agricultural production. So this is really speaking about this manifestation, this path that you're being guided to take. This is going to supply you with what you need to make some sort of a real world impact in your life, in your reality. But something needs to be released here. And I'm getting ringing in my left ear, which is reinforcing just that. A release, something needs to be let go of. This is one of these situations as well where you're going to look back on it one day and you'll be shocked at how strong this energy was to have kept you in that kind of illusion, or to quite possibly almost stop you, right? When you start to have that realization, when you're on the new timeline, you've already passed this energy, it's terrifying because you realize that you were so close to not stepping forward. And then right on the bottom of the deck, I have the 10 of Wands. So there's your energy, Sag. We've seen what do we got here? Yeah, I think they were on the bottom. Well, there's the 8 of Wands, 10 of Wands. And then did we see yeah, we saw the 9 of Wands somewhere. I think it was underneath one of the other decks. But this 10 of Wands here is really speaking about you freeing yourself from this energy now. You're letting go of these burdens. And then look who decided to shuffle off, right? Look who decided to leave the party. The devil. He's like, oh, crap. Sag just spotted me. Hermit, Ace of Swords, the Chariot, wow. 7 of Cups, the Moon. Yeah, I mean, there's so many messages here, but let's go ahead and pull this third eye position. Four of Swords, Libra energy. at the third eye. A'al, the god of Trinity. Mission, protects against slander and impious people. And I feel that this Four of Swords is really reinforcing what I said about looking back on this time and realizing just how close you were to not making the decision to push forward. It's like there you are, right? Thinking back and see how you're on this line here. So it's like you harness the courage and the strength to be able to push forward. And now you're thinking back over all these times, all the events, all the things. You're like, I can't believe it. You mean to tell me, right? It's like this is you putting the pieces together once you're in the safe zone. And this is something that I mention all the time. Once we truly step into our power and align with our purpose and our mission, the divine will start to show us all these little things that took place, right, in the past. But it trickles through. And this happens because of the amount of shock we'd go through if we got all of the puzzle pieces at once. So it takes time. And, you know, this can trickle out over years. Just this morning, I woke up from a dream, and this dream was in regards to an event that took place about 5 years ago. And I just picked up on another clue, like another piece of the puzzle, right? And this is really what I'm getting here. Which really is speaking about you finding out truth, Sag. Everything comes to light. Everything has been seen and accounted for. And as long as you align with your true north and your path, the divine will reveal all of that to you in due time as you're ready for it. It's not even something you need to ask for. It just happens automatically, systematically, once you are where the divine needs you to be. Unbelievable. Right on the bottom of the deck, justice, right? So there's the balancing of the scales, right? Very similar to this message I was getting here, both Libra energy, right? Everything balances out. And then the tower. So this tower is interesting because this depiction is showing us this cherub. Let's say that's you, right? Getting a memo like, oh my God, I didn't even see it like that before, right? It's like the divine showing you things that happened along the way. Okay, what do we have at the crown to close this out for Sag, please? The Emperor. Perfect. Aries energy, Michael, like unto God, political authority, gives safe travel, and protects against conspiracies. Sag, there's a complete restructuring of your foundation, your life. Everything you once knew is on the verge of completely shifting. A complete restructuring of who you are from the ground up is underway, and it's all for the benefit of you. All you have to do is aim your bow and release the arrow. Sag, this is the message I have available to all of you, depending on where you are on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading, you can find all of my contact details in the description below this video. And thank you for your donation, Sag. Take care.